Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston Medical Monday. Did you toss and turn last night because your legs were restless? Do you avoid wearing dresses and shorts because of bulging veins or ulcers that won't heal? And lastly, has something as simple as walking become too tiring? Many people have gotten prescriptions to try and deal with the symptoms or a tough surgery with a long recovery. Our first guest says instead, you can deal with the actual problem that lies beneath, and the latest technology makes the procedure quick and comfortable with no real downtime. Vascular and interventional radiology specialist Dr. Tony Reinke with the Reinke Vein Center is here to share the procedure to address your vein disease. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to start off with the importance of going to somebody who is a specialist. I have a friend who's been battling for years. She had restless legs, so they gave her a prescription for that. She had a couple of ulcers that wouldn't heal. They sent her to a wound care specialist. Finally, she found out it's vein disease. This is something that you probably would have found out quickly.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that's common with our patients. They may go to multiple specialists before they come to see me. And that's great if we work in multiple modalities. But I think the important thing is to treat the underlying issue, which is exactly what I do. Patients are in and out the same day and back to their normal activities.
Yeah. And when they get evaluated, that's quick and simple too, right?
Yes. I actually offer free consultations for patients. That might take maybe 10-15 minutes after they fill out the paperwork. I'm easily able to tell yes or no whether they have disease, and then we can get the ultrasound the same day.
When you say vein disease, I know there are people who are thinking about their parents or grandparents who went through this process called vein stripping, which is pretty brutal. So they're thinking, I'm going to put this off. Times have changed.
Excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. Back when I was a nurse, like 30 years ago, I used to recover some of those patients. It was general anesthesia, operating room, and 6-week recovery. Things have dramatically changed now. We do minimally invasive procedures in the office, and the patients go back to work and their normal activities the exact same day.
Yeah, this is one of the things that encourage you to actually go, and you mentioned being a nurse in the field, but becoming a doctor who specializes in this. So take us through what today's procedure is like.
It's quick and easy for patients that come in and qualify for the ultrasound. We get the ultrasound that takes 30-45 minutes. Once we get permission, which is called authorization from their insurance, they come in. I treat 1 vein per day. It's done with ultrasound and local numbing, a little bit deeper numbing. Put a catheter in there, shut down the vein, boom. It takes me maybe 10 or 15 minutes to perform the procedure from start to finish.
All right. So vein disease is common in men and women. Sometimes I think women even more so. But what causes it?
The most common risk factor is genetic. So if either one of your parents had it, you've got a 50% chance of getting it. If both of your parents had it, it goes up to 90%.
Yikes.
From there, occupation, obesity, multiple pregnancies for women.
Yeah, the good news is that it can be taken care of, as you just mentioned. Okay, we talked about some of the symptoms, restless leg, ulcers. What are some of the other symptoms that people might hear that would guide them to come in and at least get the evaluation?
Yes, ma'am. So swelling, surprisingly itching, skin discoloration, which patients often mistake for sun, due to the sun. And then probably night cramps is another one.
One of the other things that stops people from getting the services they need is cost, but this is covered for the most part by insurance?
Yes, ma'am. So most major commercial insurance carriers will cover the procedures as well as Medicare and Medicaid. That's minus any deductibles based on their insurance plan. And certainly we can easily help them with any of the financials that they would owe prior to coming in. We don't want anybody to have any surprise costs due to going into the procedure.
Yeah, like most of the people that we have on Great Day Houston, they are very passionate about what they do. You are very passionate about what you do, Dr. Reinke. You evaluate every patient. You do all the procedures from start to finish. You want them to have your cell number if they have any questions.
Yes, that's all really important to me. And I think it's also pretty unique for most people who treat veins. Usually there might be an assistant, someone prior to the physician doing the procedure, but I see all patients every visit. And like you said, they have full access to me.
Yeah. And convenience. People might say, well, I would get it done, but I can only go on Saturdays. Well, you're open on some Saturdays. Okay, what about later hours? You are open on some later hours. People can let you know what their situation is. You'll make the appointment and make sure that they get in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Dr. Reinke, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. No, great day. Reinke Vein Center has a special offer for our viewers. Mention Great Day Houston to receive a free consultation. Call them at this number right there on your screen, 281-394-4446. Again, it's 281-394-4446, or visit their website at reinkeveincenter.com.